You got to be able to finish. I mean, the Jaguars just fell apart. 26 points in the fourth quarter. They gave up 26 points in the fourth quarter. Yeah, Coach, I feel the same way. There's no answers up there either. Look, after the Chiefs game, Liam Cohen told the team in the locker room this.
Not much we do is truly the most pretty thing in the world.
Oh, how right he was, because this team definitely loves to do things the hard way. The Jaguars are 9 games into the season and still haven't put together a solid 4 quarters of football. Yeah, it just gets worse. I mean, look, they really had been starting slow and then finishing fast. So what's worse than that? How about the Texans? You flip the script and they start fast. You look like you're in control of the game, and then I don't even want to say they finished slow. They didn't finish at all. They just kind of stopped. The Texans scored 26 points in the fourth quarter. I can't get past the 26 points in the fourth quarter, especially your quarterback is Davis Mills. He had a career record of 5-16-1 going into today's game. 2 of those wins were against the Jaguars. You guess you should have known the 6th career win would come against the Jaguars, too. He has a 3-1 career record against the Jaguars. Half of his career wins are against the Jaguars. It's Davis Mills. Honestly, it comes down to this. The Jaguars weren't good enough. Look, they need more from their top guys on offense and defense, and honestly, they just can't choke a game away. Look, Davis Mills dropped back 45 times behind what is arguably the worst offensive line in the league. Jaguars finished with 2 sacks and largely got no pressure. And you got a guy that was the #1 overall pick and a guy that is paid like he is one of the best pass rushers in the league. You got to get more from these guys. 45 dropbacks, they finished with 2 sacks. By the way, each one of these guys has 2 sacks on the entire season. That matches the number from Jalen Ramsey, who's a defensive back, so not great. But look, I don't want to seem like all the blame's on the defense, because there's plenty enough to go around. You're not getting off that easy. The offense, where was it during the fourth quarter? 3 and out. I get it. The O-line was banged up, and that had a little bit of an impact on what you could do. But honestly, there's no room for an excuse like that. They just got to be better. You just got to be better. Honestly, Trevor's got to be better. He's got to be better. The plan for the day was to go in, run the ball, get out of Houston. Easy, right? Well, it was working. So the raw numbers for Trevor, absolutely no problem. It's the head-scratching plays that, honestly, you say you can't keep getting away with this because they can't keep happening. On the final drive of the game, the Jaguars go out there with 31 seconds to work with, and on the first play, Trevor Lawrence gets sacked. Look, again, the offensive line didn't do him any favors, but not in that situation. He can't take that sack in that situation. Even if the offensive line is struggling, even if the rush gets there a little too quickly, he's got to know to throw that ball away and get out of it. That's what franchise quarterbacks do. Quick thinking on their feet to keep the team in the game. Look, honestly, the team goes as Trevor goes. It's in the games where the O-line gets the job done, it's like this. I mean, in the wins this season, Trevor's been sacked a total of 6 times. That's 6 times in 5 games. In the losses, we're hanging out more on this side because he's been sacked 20 times. 20 times in just 4 games. That's including the 5 the Texans got. 20 times! It's simple football games were won and lost at the line of scrimmage. Last year, the Jaguars were bad in the trenches. I mean, it doesn't get too much simpler than that. They're better this year, but there's still a lot of work to be done because he was sacked 5 times today. That's tough. And it's got to get done quickly. The Jaguars have lost 3 of their last 4 games, and I'm trying, but I really can't remember that 4-1 start to the season anymore. It's just feeling farther and farther away. Like, what was that like? I don't want to say this, but it's kind of starting to remind me of what happened in 2023. It does seem a little familiar. The Jaguars fell apart down the stretch. Something seems familiar, and I'm going to say it's not in a good way. The Jaguars got to get this thing figured out and figured out quickly before it snowballs like it did then, and all of those playoff dreams just become going home nightmares.